Jimmy Kimmel bashes Donald Trump as bully we all should hate. In a forceful and highly personal monologue, late-night host Jimmy Kimmel has reignited his feud with the current president, Donald Trump, by calling him a bully that everyone should hate. The comments were made on Kimmel's show, which recently returned to air after a temporary suspension that sparked a national debate about free speech and political pressure on the media. The controversy that led to Kimmel's suspension began with his comments on the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Kimmel was temporarily pulled off the air by ABC after a public outcry, which included criticism from the president and his allies. The suspension, which lasted nearly a week, was celebrated by Trump on his social media platform, with him claiming it was great news for America and that Kimmel had been fired for lack of talent. Upon his return, Kimmel wasted no time in addressing the situation head-on. He first spoke about the importance of free speech and his regret that his initial comments on Kirk's death had been misinterpreted. He then turned his focus squarely on the president, making it clear that the temporary suspension had only strengthened his resolve. In a fiery segment, Kimmel directly responded to Trump's claim that he was fired. He retorted, "You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back. We're even." He also mocked Trump's assertion that the show was taken off the air due to poor ratings, flashing on-screen polls showing the president's own low approval ratings and quipping he does no bad ratings. He has some of the worst ratings any president has ever had. The crux of Kimmel's latest attack, however, was his characterization of Trump as a bully. He told his viewers, "I talk about Trump more than anything because he's a bully. I don't like bullies. I played the clarinet in high school, okay? So I just don't like them." He went on to describe Trump as an old-fashioned 80s movie-style bully and drew a parallel to the villainous character Biff Tannen from Back to the Future, a character famously based on Trump. Kimmel's monologue went beyond simple jokes, touching on what he sees as a serious threat to the free press. He said that a government threat to silence a comedian the president doesn't like is anti-American. This sentiment was a clear jab at the pressure his network faced from Trump officials and the FCC, which has a Trump-appointed chairman. The public reaction has been as polarized as the political climate itself. Supporters of Kimmel and free speech advocates have praised his defiance and his willingness to stand up to what they see as a powerful figure trying to suppress dissent. They view his return as a victory for comedians and journalists alike. On the other hand, Trump's base and conservative critics have doubled down on their attacks, accusing Kimmel of being out of touch and using a tragic death for political gain. They see his characterization of the president as a simplistic and unfair attack. This is the latest and most dramatic chapter in a long-running feud between the two men. It highlights the increasingly blurred lines between entertainment and politics and underscores the high stakes of public commentary in the current political landscape.